What's up, everybody? This is Zach with Skull Sessions.
Right?
Talk to me, man. Tough loss, U.S. Bank Stadium. Your Minnesota Vikings lose 12-10 to the Chicago Bears. How'd you feel about the game?
Monday Night Football, prime time, right?
Prime time,
Prime time,
Dobbs.
Kurt. I'm sorry. Prime time Dobbs. Ugly game, bro. I feel like as a Vikings fan, we do this thing where like it's an emotional roller coaster every year. It's like beginning of the season, we were talking about what quarterbacks are we going to draft, in the first round. Then we went into our quarterback at the time playing some of the best, ball he's played his whole career with those back of the card, baseball card stats. Then we went into obviously him getting hurt, and we brought this guy in from Arizona, 6th rounder, got a 7th, back. What's the worst that can happen? Then it's Dobbs, mania, Dobbs sanity, Dobbs insanity. And now we're back onto that roller coaster where we're going down. I've been telling you for the past 3 weeks, you can check the videos. I've been saying it. After the Saints, second half of the Saints, the offense has been stagnant with that complacency and that stagnant ability on offense. I told you we were losing the Broncos game. The only reason I was kind of on the fence about the Bears game is because it's the Bears, bro. Like they're looking at quarterbacks right now. Like Caleb Williams might look sexy in that Chicago Bears uniform. So like we
Right.
can't lose to them. But obviously, as a Vikings fan, these are the games we just lose, bro. I've been telling you about Dobbs, man, and I told you last video, we can't be super high on him and then be really low on him. I said we have to wait and see. My goodness, bro. I don't think there ain't nothing else to see. Journeyman quarterback for a reason. I'm gonna give you these stats. 22 out of 32. You would take that for 185 yards in an offense of league where you can damn cough and get 20 yards. You have all these defensive pass interference, these unsportsmanlike conduct, roughing the passer. You have all these penalties for the offense. 1 TD, fourth quarter TD to your boy Hawkinson. 4 interceptions. And you know what? I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna take one of these off because Jordan Addison had Butterfingers on one of them. But
No.
I could add 2 more on there, and it could have been 6 picks. We've been saying it, bro. The accuracy, the anticipation with these receivers has been off, since he's been here. And it was cool and fun when you're breaking tackles and running and, playing backyard football and somebody's wide open. But when you have a quarterback that's being contained in the pocket, you got to make that big boy throw. The throws have just been off. And our excuse was he's, with a new team, he's got to, learn these players because he's learning the names and the scheme and all that. There's no excuse for Monday night. I have more to say, but I want to hear, give me something on Dobbs because
All right.
I got I don't know what else to say. What
Look,
do you think?
I want Josh Dobbs to go into that locker room, clean it out, grab the astronaut suit, and get the hell off the complex, bro.
That's how you feel? That's how you feel about your dog?
Absolutely. I think he's got a good heart. He's a good dude off the field.
Right,
But
right,
on
right.
the field, I don't want to see Josh Dobbs take another snap. I mean, like you said, he could have threw 6, 7 pick interceptions.
Right.
And, for me, playing the Chicago Bears, as a Vikings fan, this is one of the worst losses that I've ever experienced. I mean, the whole game, I'm like, oh, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. And interception, 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 interception. I mean, it's 3 and out, punt. It was one of the worst games I've watched as a Vikings fan. And, I can't with Josh Dobbs no more. I think it's time to close that chapter. I think that's it. I think the positives of the entire game is the defense. The defense. They've been balling. They're getting better and better every week. In the past 8 quarters, they've only allowed 1 touchdown. That's not even talking about, the Broncos starting on our 10-yard line, our 15-yard line, our 30-yard line. Our defense is coming to play, man.
Question with you with the defense. So is Brian Flores going to Carolina to be the head coach? Is he going to the Chargers with with your boy Herbert? Where's he gonna be the head coach at next year? Because that defense, um, lights out, bro. I think this is the first time in recent history, if it's not based on all this offensive league, this defensive coach, he shut the Bears out, no touchdown, all field goals. Justin Fields, um, Justin Fields, man, we had this discussion about Fields. He has that God-given ability. And what did I tell you? I tweeted it. The safeties need to play ball because this young man can run a 4.4, and just like Dobbs can do it, Fields can do it a little bit better because he'll hit that throw if he needs to. It might not be as consistent as say a pocket passer, but if he needs to hit it, he'll hit it. Safeties came to play. Those young corners did what they needed to do. It's one of those situations where they just ran out of gas, and it was frustrating, bro, because the offense constantly got the ball back after these turnovers where the defense stood their ground, and offense just kept letting the defense down. We have this discussion, offline where I always tell you, bro, it doesn't matter how good your defense is. Eventually, they're going to get tired. They're going to get frustrated. I'm sure those guys are like, we're playing some of the best defense we've ever played. You guys can't even put up any points. So obviously they broke fourth quarter, third down, ball game, and DJ Moore got him to the 15-yard line, field goal range. It's time to go home. Bills made the throw, and the defense finally let one of those big plays up. And, obviously it cost us the game. But I'll be damned if I put any of this on the defense, bro. This is pitiful offensive performance. Your boy Madison, who still has a Vikings jersey, rushing yards, was nothing to write home about. Your leading receiver was Hawkinson, and Hawkinson came alive in the fourth quarter. Jordan Addison, like we discussed offline, looked a little disinterested, once he was going against some guys that were bigger corners and putting them hands on them. Discussing offensive play calling. Your boy's been doing this thing where he'll play it safe. We got the ball back 3 minutes to go for the ball game, and I think it was a screen to Powell first play. I believe it was a few running plays, and it's time to punt the ball. Like, just uninspired offensive play calling, and it's funny, bro, because we had this conversation about Zimmer where we were playing not to lose instead of playing to win, and we want to give all these excuses everywhere, but it's cool when he's doing the TED Talk speeches and he's saying all the right things, but you came to Minnesota to bring a freshness on offense. We wanted that Rams, that Rams type of scheme, and you have a quarterback in the pocket throwing passes when you knew what he was, you knew what you signed up for. Scrambling quarterback, let somebody get open and hit him, but you got him in the pocket. He's not Cousins, and I'm a little bit frustrated with your boy. I'm not calling for no heads, you know what I mean? But O'Connell, I'm a little bit disappointed with the play calling and with him not adjusting to the players he has. It's been a little bit uninspiring. What do you think about O'Connell and what's been going on with the coaching recently with the offense?
Well, I think we got to go back to obviously losing Cousins. Kevin O'Connell was in such a routine, such a rhythm with Kirk as a starting quarterback. And then
you're right. He was in such a routine when they were losing games and we were looking at quarterbacks super out from the first round. I forgot about that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying Kevin O'Connell was in such a rhythm the past 2 years, almost 2 years with Kirk Cousins. And then you lose Justin Jefferson on top of that. So now, Justin Jefferson is like an X factor. He's like a Cooper Kupp. He's in every play. The whole scheme is around Justin Jefferson. So I think not only losing Kirk Cousins, but then you go and lose Justin Jefferson, and then you bring in a whole quarterback that doesn't know the playbook, and he starts to learn the playbook and plays worse when he knows the playbook. O'Connell, of course, knew what he had with Josh Dobbs, and I think that is what has caused him to call these like conservative play calls. If you go back and look, I saw it on Twitter. It was like a guy said we ran the ball for like 14 times for like 7 yards or something. It was some crazy low number. We kept running the ball. But if you're Kevin O'Connell in a real time situation, I mean, what do you do? I would probably do the same thing because Josh Dobbs almost throws an interception every drive. So what do? You want to keep the ball on the ground. You trust your defense. You're just trying to run out the clock. If Justin Jefferson was there, maybe it would be a little different, even with Josh Dobbs. But not having Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison's got to be a number one person now. I, I don't know, man. I don't think this falls on O'Connell. I don't, me personally. I don't think this falls on O'Connell. I don't. I don't. Jaron Hall, your boy Jaron Hall. Your boy Jaron Hall. We had Jaron Hall in the game. He gets knocked out. Josh Dobbs has to come in. So it's chaos, bro. It's chaos right now. The quarterback
So
position is complete chaos for Kevin O'Connell. So we'll see. I mean, maybe 3 or 4 weeks from now, if it's the same old, I'll be telling you Kevin O'Connell being too conservative. He's being like a Mike Zimmer.
no, we had this conversation when they were playing the Saints second half, when your boy Jameis Winston came back. came back. We had this conversation about the play calling. But he wasn't throwing interceptions then, and then it was Josh Dobbs. We were having that conversation, bro. Oh gosh, you know what you need to do. You know what you need to do for your next job. I need you to be a defense attorney for Cousins, for Kevin O'Connell. Like
Hey,
goodness gracious, the play
hey,
calling was trash. The play calling was trash. You are an offensive minded head coach. I don't care if you got damn Sean Mannion in there. It is your job, and you are a Minnesota Vikings head coach for a reason, bro. You are a head coach for a
hey,
reason. For
you
play
said Sean.
calling.
Hey, you said Sean Minion, bro.
I know. I'm saying I don't care if it is Sean Mannion.
Yeah,
You're an
no, I know.
offensive minded head coach for a reason. Why is it that Kyle Shanahan can have a dude from the seventh round and he's making a scheme around him? He's got Debo on running back, on running back plays. He has the running game going. He has IU getting open on plays. That's no excuse for me, bro. You're an offensive minded coach. If we wanted to play this defense, Flores can be the head coach. Because last time I checked, statistically, he's doing what he needs to do. Like, and like I said, bro, I like Kevin O'Connell. I give him the pass, but this season has been hell. But there's no excuse to be that play calling, bro. You knew what you signed up for. That's like you knew what you signed up. When you're doing this and he's scrambling and breaking plays and like, you know, scoring touchdowns. It's all fun and games and everybody's smiling and Twitter's talking about it. You know what type of quarterback you have. There's no excuse why that man wasn't prepared and why you didn't coach and scheme around his abilities instead of forcing him to do something he's not. He's not a pocket passer. Like, yeah, bro.
No, I mean I agree with that. I do think we shouldn't have ran the ball as many times we ran it, especially when our run game has been non-existent this entire
This
season.
this is the thing that I go nuts about, bro. The person we're going against is literally Josh Dobbs in a form and Justin Fields. How many times did Justin Fields get out of that pocket, run around and make plays? How many times, bro? Like, and we're not gonna say their head coach is better than ours, like, right? Like, offensive minded, like we know what we're doing. It's unacceptable, bro. For me, it's unacceptable. Um, like I said, bro, they finally figured it out. DJ Moore, they needed it. Third down, they got it. We were sent home. Safeties played a hell of a game. Danielle Hunter, shame on you, Quasi, for not either low balling or let's talk once the season's over. That man is about to get paid, and if I was him, with all the constant year after year low balling and contracts just not being where they need to be, he's probably going to walk and he's about to get paid. He is about to get paid. He's about
He
to get
is.
paid. Because last time I checked, you want to keep your boy, right? You want your boy to come back on a 2-year contract, right? Right. So Danielle
Who's,
Hunter,
who's my who's my boy? Who's my boy? Let me hear you
the
say his name.
captain, Captain
Let me hear
Kirk.
you say his name. Big Kirko. Say it for me one time.
You want Kirk Chase to come back and this time make the playoffs. So
Look. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I go back. I'm watching highlights on the Broncos, the Saints. I finally get back to the Packers game,
hmm,
and man, Kirk Cousins is lighting. lighting these people up, third down, 39, 38, just money, money, money.
Right.
I'm lost.
You're
I'm
lost.
I'm I'm lost as far as like what is going on, man. It's kind of crazy to see it take place. And I don't
But
know
when did Cousins
I
get
don't know
hurt?
what we're gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do.
When did Cousins get hurt?
Kirk Cousins got hurt against the Packers in the fourth quarter. He got hurt. Here's what I will say. Here's what I will say about Kirk Cousins. Okay,
Okay.
he was playing the best ball of his career, and I think anybody that just watches football and if you watch the Vikings play, our defense has been playing on a top five level the past probably 4 weeks. I mean, they're just getting after the quarterback. We're not giving up big plays. I think you have the offense was top 10, if not higher, with Kirk Cousins, even without Justin Jefferson. We were still, 280, 290 a game, clicking, just moving it right down the field whenever we wanted.
You said we were clicking. The team was
We
looking good.
we were clicking. The team was looking good, and not only that, I feel like every single week the defense
Mm,
gets better and better, and so I get more pissed and pissed that we don't have a guy that can just go through progressions and complete the pass. Because
got you.
I do think Jordan Addison is open quite a few times. If you go back and look when he had Kirk Cousins, he was getting the ball. He was getting the ball.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Minnesota Vikings, week 1. Tampa Bay 20, Vikings 17. Philadelphia Eagles, Vikings 28, Philly 34. Chargers came into town. Brian Flores, his new head coaching job, 28-24. Carolina Panthers, one of the worst teams in the NFL that just fired their coach. Looks like you got a victory there. Kansas City Chiefs came into Minnesota. You put up 20 points, lost there. And what else am I seeing? Chicago Bears, you barely beat. Game of his life against the 49ers. You put up 22 points. And then we got hurt against the Green Bay Packers. So what, I guess, helped me understand what you were just discussing about we were clicking and the team was looking good with Kirk Cousins. I wonder if I was bringing the homework to class. You thought you was gonna get that off smooth.
Just the offense in general looks so much better, look more crisp, look more smooth. Like, bro, just complete a hitch, complete an out. I, all I need to see.
So, to y'all, that's that fade route when Jordan Addison gave the corner, he gave him that 1-2 step wide open. He gave him to Josh Dobbs, threw it out of the
Bro,
back. I turned it to you, y'all. I really did. I turned it to y'all for commercial break. I needed at least a minute to just understand what the hell was going on.
I still
Um,
don't know what happened. I still don't know what happened.
but
Crazy.
you know what you do, bro. And we were talking about this when I was in the car. You talking about all these stats and you're missing Kirk Cousins. It's literally like this is the analogy I'm gonna say. It's like that one girlfriend you've been with for 5 years. There's something about her that you just don't want to marry her. You know that you're not gonna get to the best place you need to be with this person. They're good, they're safe. You know what I mean? They say you can lay up with them, everything's good, but you don't got that passion about them. As soon as you break up with her, what do? You go date one of the worst looking girls. It could be that it could be she don't look good. It could be her personality is trash. And you go, dang, bro, I wish I would have just stayed with the girl I was with. Like, no, I'm not letting you get that off. Just because we got a trash quarterback, don't mean that we can settle for decent.
In favor of my argument, it's which sucks for you because I know you want a new era. You want to kind of get rid of the Kirk Cousins altogether. I understand, but
Thank you, bro.
Josh Dobbs,
We both got great beards. We've had great
hey,
beards since Cousins been a quarterback.
Josh Dobbs doesn't help your case to get rid of Cousins. If anything, he has pushed KOC to think about re-signing Kirk Cousins. I'm just saying. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. That Josh Dobbs, the chaos that Josh Dobbs has brought, the turnovers.
If
Hey, sign the
Kevin
contract,
O'Connell,
big boy.
if
Sign
Kevin
the
O'Connell,
contract.
you gonna do that? You gonna do that? If Kevin O'Connell and Quasi settle on bringing Cousins back because the fourth string quarterback couldn't get the job done, then we have an issue. Then we have a big issue because what the hell are you here for? We could have kept Zimmer if we was just gonna run the same thing back over and over again. Like they're cheating themselves if they don't look for that perfect girl. If they're just gonna settle for what's good and what's safe and not go out there and look for an opportunity to define their match, and guess what? They can fail, i.e. Dobbs. They can fail and be with somebody bad, but you don't know unless you take a chance, bro. We're not winning the Super Bowl with Cousins. We do this every year. Oh, the first year he couldn't make it happen, bro, because the defense. But the year before, the defense was like a top 10 defense. Most of all those players came back. Yeah, bro, but the offensive line is trash. Offensive line's gotten a lot better. We put a lot of resources in it. Oh, well, he doesn't have the tools. Okay. Hawkinson, Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, Justin, like, come on, bro. Like, he ain't him. He's not him. And I think he's a good quarterback. But why would you want to pay almost $40 million for a quarterback that's gonna be 36 off an Achilles heel that hasn't put that fire in you since he's been with you? He hasn't given you what you wanted the whole time, other than playoffs, you're going home. Next year, you're not making the playoffs. That's insanity, bro. That is insanity. That you see, you about to have us on here talking longer than we need to. Longer than we need to. Anyway, let's discuss some winners and losers in the game. I'll go first. Your boy Metellus. I told you safety needs to play a big role in the game. Metellus fourth quarter, 3 minutes and 28 to go. I believe it was the third down. Justin Fields, I need that. Forced fumble. Your Minnesota Vikings with Kevin O'Connell, the offensive guru, had the ball back in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes to go, couldn't get the job done. Hawkinson woke up. It's weird when you have Josh Dobbs, who's used to throwing to a tight end and he feels more comfortable throwing to a tight end. Weird things happen, like Hawkinson scoring a touchdown in the fourth quarter. I don't know.
Right.
I'm just a regular guy, though. I mean, I don't
Right.
coach the team. Madison, Hawkinson, I think would be my two guys. The defense would be my winner as well. Metellus and Hawkinson, I'm sorry. Madison, in regards to losers, I had Madison 10 carries, 52 yards. We still have this issue where that extra acceleration and reading those gaps continue to be an issue that we just continue to bypass, and he's starting the following week. And Josh Dobbs, 1 TD in the fourth quarter, 4 picks, could have been 6 picks, would be my two losers. Who do you have as your losers, my friend? Your winners and your losers. Hell,
Well, let me just tell you.
losers.
Well, you said loser, and the first person that popped in my head is number 15, Josh Dobbs. I mean, I can't even get past Josh Dobbs. I can't get past Josh Dobbs.
Okay,
So he's my biggest loser. I'm going to go with Josh Dobbs. It was pathetic. But I would say a winner, you said it, and it was actually mine too, is Metellus. Is a bad man. He's a bad man. He's in on every play. He's literally in on every play. He's the heartbeat of that defense right now, man. Especially with Jordan Hicks not being in there. And Ivan Pace had a really good game too. He had a sack. He had a really good game. Now, another dude that played good, that kind of locked his receiver down basically the whole game was Mekhi Blackman. He had a high PFF grade. He played a hell of a game.
That for a third round draft pick, and everybody was looking crazy, huh?
Absolutely. And your boy Metellus is a 6th round draft pick. I would say he's a top 3 safety in the league right now, the way he's playing. The amount of turnovers that he's causing for us, it's crazy.
Crazy. Well done. Getting that contract done before the season started. You knew based on the defensive scheme, but Flores was looking for. Let me go and get that guy signed up for I think 2 or 3 years. On a good deal, because if they didn't, that man was about to get paid based on that performance that he just produced. So I agree with you with all those winners and losers. I think this whole podcast we've discussed Josh Dobbs, how ugly it looked. So let's just really quickly discuss the Vegas Raiders. We're going to Vegas. Perfect time for a bye week. JJ looks like he's back. Who's your quarterback going into the Raiders game and possibly into this playoff push that we're looking at, bro? What are we looking at?
Yeah, I feel like I want it to be Jaron Hall
Hmm.
based on I feel like he's the only question mark we have left. We know what we got out of Nick Mullins. He's been
Right,
basically a career backup.
right, right.
Josh Dobbs is who he is. I feel like you got to give the rookie a chance so we know who to target in the offseason. Obviously, quarterback. We want to know because if you got a diamond in Jaron Hall, let's make that run.
Right.
So I think Jaron Hall needs to be it. But however, based on just KOC, progression guy, I think we're going to end up starting Nick Mullins. That's just my personal opinion. Now, who do you think we should start?
Um, I think we had this discussion like the second episode, bro. It was literally the episode right after the Kirk Cousins injury, and I told you, the Vikings. The only way the Vikings lose in this scenario is if they do not start Jaron Hall against the Falcons. Like that's the only way you lose in this scenario because you don't know what you have. You know what you have in Mullins. You know what you have in Josh Dobbs. These are guys that are veterans. These are guys that are proven for, they are who they are. Jaron Hall is that fifth rounder that's been with the O'Connell system, this whole off season. I know Kevin O'Connell's had his arms around him and he's helping him grow. I'm not saying he's Russell Wilson, but he has that ability where he's not a scrambler to like run, but he'll move around the pocket, to find those open passes. He has a good touch on his ball. He doesn't have the strongest arm, but it will get there. I see those flashes in him. Once again, I'm not saying he's Russell Wilson, but I see those NC State Russell Wilson flashes. If it was up to me, I would give that young man, I would give that young man a chance because that would clarify a lot of things for the Minnesota Vikings, whether I roll my eyes until I'm 50, and that means, hey, we got to bring Cousins back because this young man's not ready, or this young man has something in him where we can start that situation where you have a rookie contract and you can go sign some other players. You have to see what you have because if you don't, you're doing yourself a disservice. Unfortunately, with the Minnesota Vikings feeling like they're in the playoff race, I can understand where you're coming from with the safe Nick Mullins pick. He's a veteran. He's an anticipated thrower, and he will, get the ball where it needs to be when it needs to be there. Also, you have one of the best players in the NFL coming back. Will he be patient with a young guy like Hall when it's scrambling and it may not be the perfect throws? It's to be determined. If it was up to me, I'm starting Jaron Hall. To be honest with you, and I told you this at the beginning of the season, I didn't think we were winning the Super Bowl no matter who was under center. But why not look towards your future? And this could potentially be somebody. And if it's not, it's more clarity to draft a guy or see who you can bring in free agency. So I'm starting Jaron Hall, and that's what I'm doing. The Josh Dobbs story was great. If they do start Josh Dobbs, I am challenging Kevin O'Connell to put a scheme around his attributes. Just listen to me, bro. Get him out of that pocket. Let him feel more comfortable in the game. Let him find the tight end Hawkinson. You know what I mean? Like let him, feed into the game instead of having him like a statue and throwing those passes. If they start Josh Dobbs, but I would go Jaron Hall. So
If we start Josh Dobbs,
we're not winning no Super Bowl regardless. Who
now
you want?
if
Hold on. Who you want? Who you want? You want Josh Dobbs or you want Nick Mullins? Don't pull this because of this one game. Do you want a scrambling quarterback who has the
Nick
opportunity
Mullins,
to make? All right. So all right, everybody. So today, today's goal session. This is my brother Zach. We just want to kind of talk to you guys about the game. Perfect time for a little bye week, bro. Minnesota Vikings have a lot of things to clear up for this potential playoff push. So I think that's it, bro. You got anything else to say to these fans?
hey, Jay Jettis is back, baby. Let's go. Let's get
Hey,
ready.
let's get it.
18.